Dun, 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 dun.
Then we'll just trash the video.
Guys, yay! Today is the opening day for Tenet. Today is the opening day for Tenet, ladies and gentlemen.
It was great,
It's July 17th.
It was great. I loved it.
So, Rob, maybe I'm being naive or optimistic. I still don't personally believe that it's going to be till 2021 or even late 2021 for when the movie theaters open again. But you have to at least take warnings like this seriously. What comes to mind, though, is what happens if it is the case?
Oh, boy.
What happens if the movie theaters cannot open again until mid-2021?
Video on demand.
What are the repercussions of that? And that's the first thing that comes to mind when I read these sobering words. Here's what comes to mind for me. It's going to be a disaster. It is going to be an
disaster for everything.
Disaster on several fronts. Not something that it doesn't mean
he brings Robert on the screen. Robert's about to talk. He says, "Shut the fuck up, John."
Right.
I know. We need. I'm going to send a super chat to John and say, "Let Robert speak more." Man, he's
exactly. He's the best part of the show.
He has to wait every time. Look at that. He's so polite.
When Robert got in trouble for those tweets and everything, and John had to explain everything leading up to that. That was so sad just watching poor Robert. I felt so bad for him because he already went through all that stuff, and then he had to listen to John sit there and explain the whole thing and not let him talk. And he's just like, "I'll wait. What do you have to say?" And then cut him off a couple times even.
We'll listen to a minute. We'll get to the 5-minute mark and then trash it.
That's not what I'm saying. Disasters happen and you get back on your feet and you recover.
When Robert speaks next.
It's a disaster nonetheless. Let's just start with point number one.
We're going to be here a while.
To understand is that
it's
not just AMC. AMC will be done. AMC will be dead. Just the biggest movie theater exhibitor in the world.
I wanted to hear what Robert wanted to say.
That is going to disappear.
He's like, no, cut back to me.
No, camera one.
And if you're not short-sighted and you understand how everything is connected, especially in this industry, you start to understand that sense of dread that creeps in about what the dominoes that will fall come into play. Because the movie studios, they make their money in movie theaters.
Oh, really? Wow.
So now, if AMC can't open again to say mid-2021, they're out of business. They're gone. They're dead. That's the number one movie theater chain in the world is gone. That will affect the studios. But beyond just AMC, let me point this out too.
Damn it. Robert,
AMC started behind the 8 ball because they were in a position of $5 billion in debt, which we've talked about. It was smart debt.
Oh my God! I'm screening it.
They got their A-list program up and running. Acquired some new locations.
You can skip ahead. He's going to put Robert back in frame and then cut him right back out again.
No, I was skipping ahead to see if Robert gets to speak. It's almost at 7 minutes.
I think Robert went to take a leak.
No, Robert was gonna speak, and then John's like, "No, camera back to me."
Exactly.
Robert should come on this show. We would give him more time.
We had him. We had him on Four Nerds with us, and and it was fantastic. He's a great guy. I love Robert.
I love 7 people on this panel, and Robert still would get more chance to speak than with just being on with John.
I think I should just skip ahead to what Robert says, and then we'll stop because I'm sick of. Camper, man.
Robert.
I mean, he's kind of going in circles.
Okay. He looks the exact same.
See how long it takes him.
If he cuts away again, I'm gonna go nuts.
Look for everybody back to that Hollywood Reporter roundtable where they had all the studio heads talking together and they bring up the issues of streaming and stuff like that. It's not the answer, but guess what?
7
if this
minutes
thing stretches into mid-2021,
God damn it!
Streaming may not be the answer, but it becomes the only option left on the table. So now you're going to see something that I never thought would have happened before because I never thought the theaters would be closed until 2021. Now you're going to see Black Widow. Guess what? Disney is not going to sit on that for another year. Disney's not going to sit on. I just do not believe that Disney is just going to sit on Black Widow for another year. Black Widow may have to hit streaming. And while a lot of us go, okay,
like his mouth is open. He wanted to say something.
Disney takes a massive punch to the balls financially because of it. But they can't just, to your point, Rob, you brought this up many times. You only leave a big, high budget, big financial implications movie sitting on the shelf for so long. You can only do that for so long.
All right,
We're talking about all these.
That's what
We're
he
talking
got
about
it.
a tectonic shift in the entire movie industry. The movies will survive, but it'll look a lot different.
And
there's going to be a lot of dominoes that do fall if
going.
this thing stretches into 2021. And these things, like,
that was it.
it's even hard to fathom, Rob, because once you start
He's
realizing
falling
what the next domino to fall is,
Yeah, he's like,
then your head starts going, okay, and if that happens, look at what happens next. And oh my God, if that happens, look at what happens
Oh my
next.
God!
It's a really scary, scary thought for
You
this
can skip
industry.
ahead
Anyway,
a little
Rob,
bit where
you
Robert's
take a look
talking
and you
if
read
you
this
want.
I
analyst
thought
word
he
saying, I mean,
was.
we're thinking maybe mid-2021.
right there.
What are the
Wait,
number
he
one,
said yeah.
number one, what do you think the likelihood
Okay,
is of that being
finally.
Not the
true?
question.
But then secondly,
Nope.
if it does turn out to be true, what do you see
Secondly,
as being the implications?
9
of it?
minutes in.
well, first of all, I think that movie theaters are probably going to stay closed in the
Hallelujah.
United States. Perfect.